Hi everybody. I'm redoing the video because it wasn't a video report, it was an audio report, and I forgot to show my screen. So we're doing that now. We're going to whip through this. Dow's down 27 right now. It looks like the news about the NAFTA deal deadline passing. Somebody finally got the memo, and they're kind of peeling the market off slightly. But to me, I don't view this as anything to fear. You just got to be opportunistic and watch for the stocks that are trying to lead the turn here and which are coming into viable spots. So Activision is one of them. You can see it hanging right along the 10-day line. Take-Two, I think, is moving on earnings today, and so that looks good. Atlassian, right at the 20-day line, you use that as your selling guide. You can see that projected volume, that's the little green line here, is drying up is what it looks like. I'm just checking that. That's pretty small. Okay. So looking good. Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin might be viable. As I said in the audio file, it's hanging along the 200-day line. It tends to correlate with the market. So if the market runs up, this may start to generate a move. So for you Bitcoin lovers, CubeSmart right into the 20-day line. Volume is running 37.6% below average. That's a buy spot using the 20-day as your selling guide. Dropbox was a buy this morning at the 20-day, but I still think it's within buying range if you don't mind using the 20-day line as your selling guide. So Etsy also volume drying up minus 71.8%. There was news that some fund had dumped it, maybe Tiger Management, but that didn't kill the stock, and volume is drying up. So I think you can buy it here using the 50-day. The closer to the 50-day you can get it, the better. Finisar, the opticals are all waiting for the Trump administration to come up with some deal on ZTE, which is the Chinese company that had sales to it banned. Sales to it by U.S. companies banned, so a lot of these got hurt. This one's setting up. I like Lumentum better. First Solar pulling into the 20-day line. Volume is drying up a little bit, but I like to see it dry up a little more. Fortinet pulling into the 10-day line. Volume is minus 10%. It was higher earlier, so it's been drying up all day, and it may finally dry up and turn. So I like that one. Check your 620 on that. Grubhub posted a pocket pivot yesterday. It's sitting at the 50-day line. That looks like a viable position to me. Halliburton, you had a cup with handle breakout. Like I said, you can fill it with your beverage of choice, and it's basically a cup with handle breakout. Boom. There's your projected volume, projected to be above average. So Dow's down 29 right now. Nasdaq's down 7. Doesn't look like brutal damage to me. So I'm using this to pull back to buy stocks, and some of these I'm up on actually, just about all of them. So that's telling me something, even with the Dow down. But we'll see how things go. I could bail out of any of these things before the end of the day if they don't work. Impinj hanging along here. I really look for a test of the 10-day line, which is rising and moving up to meet with it. So QI pulled back to the top of the base here. You have an undercut and rally in effect on these two lows because you've rallied back above them. Also pulled back to the top of the base, so that looks interesting. KLX, Boeing is buying the aerospace division, not the, and I guess peeling off the energy services division of this company, and that's why it hasn't gone anywhere and actually sold off after the announcement. So I don't know if I want to play with this one. Punt. Lumentum coming in on volume that's minus 66.4% below average. Again, this is waiting for something from the Trump administration, so I think if you get it, these things pop. But forget that. It was already moving before all this came out. So on the earnings, and now that it's possibly going to be resolved, I think this could be viable here along the 50-day line. Use it as a selling guide, but be ready to run if there's some news that's adverse. So I might set a automatic stop loss order. Netflix hanging tight along the 10-day line. Volume is running 53% below average, so that looks like it's in a viable position. Nutanix looks interesting. PagSeguro, undercut and rally from this low here and trying to turn. We'll see if it holds the 20-day line. I kind of like it better on pullbacks into the lows of the range. Dow's now peeling off 49. It could come off some more, get people scared and run it the other way possibly. Roku hanging along the 50-day line. Volume is drying up to minus 39.6. It's been doing it all day. This was an example, like I said earlier, of stock I was short here and then went long here on the 620 turn. Now you got to pull back into the 50-day moving average, and volume is drawing up. So I don't see stocks getting pummeled. I see pullback so far. Dow's down 45, NDX down 21.39, but we know that the Nasdaq, big stock Nasdaq names are probably the most vulnerable here. Small caps have been leading, and it looks like the Russell 2000 is still up, not quite 0.5%. It's coming in, but it's still leading. Service now right at the 50-day line, volume drying up to minus 33.4%. That's an entry spot. Spotify, you got to like it off the 20-day line, volume drying up by minus 29.4%. So we'll see if this thing holds. But I might be inclined to look for any other pullbacks at the 20-day line as being viable. So I talked about it in last night's Gilmo video report as a buy coming into the 20-day line. Sunlands, these guys come out with earnings on next week, May 21st. And volume's drying up here, minus 56.9. So this may be good for a trade too. You notice how the individual stocks, you're seeing voodoo dry ups on my actionable list. Here's Take Two. It's kind of reversing. So I don't know if that's a problem. Textron breaking out. That's extended. Twilio, Twitter coming right into the 10-day. Volume is drying up to minus 57.4%. That's in a buy spot. X, US Steel is kind of extended here. Viavi I talked about last night in the Voodoo report, or not the Voodoo report, the Gilmo video report. And you got a 5-day pocket pivot here. And this is another one. It's going code blue here. It's another one that is an optical that could be affected positively by news that there's some relief for ZTE. Workday coming into the 20-day line as volume dries up. Xunlei is sort of out of play. That rhymes. But your lows, you're underneath this low now. So you could look for an undercut and rally above that low. I believe it's 1208. Then there's this low, and there's these lows here. This is 1235 here, 1208 here, and then I don't know what this one is, but I can take a look. That would be 1140. So you watch for an undercut and rally coming up through any of these lows if you get it. I mean, they came out with earnings the other day. They look good to me, and the thing just flopped over. So now it's a matter of waiting to see, being opportunistic and seeing if you get an undercut and rally. We're down 30. The market's starting to turn now. The S&P is up. Some of these names are pushing. Roku still going higher. I like Roku. And basically, I just covered things I'm looking at intraday. So you might also listen to the audio report to get some extra color if you want. But that was earlier in the day when the market was trying to rally off the news, and it sold off, which it's doing now. Now it's trying to rally again off the lows, getting everybody shook up. But, you know, I'm seeing stocks I like, Roku, Dropbox, Teen, Grub, Etsy, PI, Impinj, Activision, Viavi, even Snap is up, you know. Also, Bazoon today. I mean, you guys should be able to figure this out on your own. You could have played it as a buyable gap up this morning. It opened up somewhere around 47 and change and pulled back to I think 47.33 and then turned. Now it's breaking out. So you like breakouts, you can buy a breakout. But if you cut the buyable gap up because you're going to have huge volume, then you could be in on that as well. And I would think that people don't necessarily need to be handheld. They know what a buyable gap up looks like. Not all of them work in this market, but once you can determine a low, you know, bada bing, bada boom, you're in business. So anyways, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for showing up, and hopefully the video shows up on this one. Thank you.